In 1802, William Wordsworth wrote "The World is Too Much With Us" during the First Industrial Revolution. The poem is all about how we closed all communications with our true selves, how we as humanity are failing at being our natural selves. We surround ourselves with variations of the same technology in hopes that we maintain communication when, in fact, we distance ourselves from humanity and from other humans. The world is too much with us means just that. The poem in the beginning is scolding humanity because we have let it become what it has become. We've let the world forget the most intimate detail about ourselves. The first line of the poem mentions the title, which depicts the tone of the rest of the poem, short and to the point. The second line mentions that we receive and spend like nothing. We are just machines that stand there wasting space. The third says that we proclaim nature as a distributor and not as a supply and demand sort of thing. The fourth says that we give our hearts away, both a blessing and a curse. The next line states that the sea is bearing her chest to the world and it is in a sense crazy and unstable. The sixth line is the wind howling all the time, non-stop. But the seventh line states that they have stopped. The eighth line says that because of all the previous reasons is exactly why we have become out of tune with the world. The ninth line says that the ocean does not move at all, it's still. The 10th says that the speaker would rather be a follower of an old and probably dead religion, but he would much rather be on a grassy knoll than to watch Greek gods bringing and taking in the tide. The speaker uses many devices in the poem. One of the devices is imagery. The device says, basically, that he'd rather be on a path that is more aged and wise. This leads us to become increasingly distant from who we really are. Furthermore, the entire poem is a symbol meant to describe the overall mood of the 19th century. In this poem, the speaker uses Greek mythology to convey a more intellectual approach to the commercialized problem. Proteus and Triton are both water heavenly beings that control and shepherd the seas. Among many devices, the speaker uses metaphors to describe comparisons without using like or as. He uses the sea as a motion that guides us to better times, filled with less trouble and hopefully less noise. Another metaphor would be when he referred to the wind to a howling animal. A line below that, there's one that depicts humanity as an instrument, saying we are out of tune. But I was only able to find one simile which compared that metaphor to sleeping flowers. I think this is also a form of personification. An obvious example of personification would be when the speaker says that the sea bears her bosom, which is also an example of alliteration. An important part of the poem and of reading it is deciding where the shift is located. The shift is found in between the lines 8 and 9. From then on, the speaker is a lot more strict with his portrayal of the situation. The theme of the poem is simple. While innovative technology is great, we as humanity need to become more naturalized, so that we may evolve into more sustainable inhabitants, and so that we may never forget where we originate from.